Hey guys, it's Jackson, and in this video today I'm going to show you a new random level generator that I've built. I've done random level generation videos in the past, but previously they've all been on like a predefined grid of a predefined size, and the level streaming hasn't worked too well. So what I've gone and built in this one here is I've got what's theoretically an infinite random level generator that'll load levels in as you approach the edge of the map, and it'll unload previous levels as you move away from them, and it keeps the performance persistent as you're moving through. So let me just show you what that looks like. So you spawn in on a starting tile, and it'll spawn in a bunch of tiles all around you up to a distance of some value that you've defined, and as you move through the map it'll continue to spawn in new tiles off in the distance, and it'll unload the tiles from behind you. So if you take a mental picture of what the tiles behind me now look like as I walk away, you'll see some of them disappeared. If you move back in, it reloads the same ones as well. So it keeps a memory of where you've been and which tiles should be where, and it'll unload or load those as you get close. And as you can see, the performance is quite consistent. It can start to lag a bit if you're loading in a bunch at a time, but generally it is pretty good. Now there are limits to this, so even though some of the levels are well, a lot of them are hidden, you'll see in the top left hand corner of the screen it's keeping a track of the total number of levels. So those are the references to which levels should be where. I mean, as that number gets really large, like upwards of like 1,000, or maybe even higher, I'm not quite sure, the frame rate does start to drop a little bit, so you've just got to be cautious of how big your worlds end up getting. But it does work pretty well. It's pretty good. Now this is for sale. I've got a link in the description that you can go and check out. It'll just be like $5 if you want that. If you don't want to pay for it, I am going to do a tutorial for this sometime in the next couple of days. It will be quite a lengthy tutorial, so if you can't be bothered going through that, then consider buying it. But if you don't mind, then the tutorial is coming. Now the last thing that I need to show you with this is just how to use this if you do go ahead and buy it. So what I might do is I might just create a new level. We'll go default. What you'll get in the download link is a file of infinite random levels. You'll need to drop that into the content browser of the project that you want to use it in, and then once you do that, just open it up. These are all just the sample levels that I've used, which maybe I can, like, these are the levels, sorry, that were in the example just before. So maybe I can even use those. So let me just save this map. I'll just make a new folder in here and I'll just call this demo. Okay, and this will probably be in the download that you'll get as well. So I'm going to call this YT for YouTube demo. So we've got our demo map like this. The first thing that we want to do is we want to grab this infinite random level generator blueprint and drop that right in the center. Just like that. We can delete this tile here in the persistent level, and then what you want to do is you want to go and create a bunch of tiles in here. So I might even just reuse the ones from the previous video. So if I just open up this one, IR1, that's for infinite random 1, I think. So, and I go unlit. Basically all this tile is just a floor of some size. To check the size, you can go Alt J to go top view, and then if you hold the middle mouse you can drag across and it'll measure it. So it's 2,500, I think that's right in the middle. So that's the size of these tiles. They're all 2,500 across. So now if I go back to my demo map, what you need to do up here in your levels tab, actually a better way to do that is I'm just going to go back to these example levels. I'm just going to highlight all those and then just drop them in like that. And I'm just going to go back to lit mode up here, and now these are all our levels. So this is what they look like. You can use any kind of levels you want, but these are just the ones we're going to use for the example. So it's just a bunch of random shit like that. So we also need a start tile. So I've got IR start over here. I'm just going to go ahead and drop that into. So the starting tile is just the same as any other tile, but this one just needs to have a player start. And you'll notice there are 2 player starts there, so let me just hide the start tile. There's a player start in the persistent level which we just need to delete. So there's our player start right there. That's the position that you're going to be set to once the infinite random level generator is done loading. So click on the blackboard of your random level generator thing, not your blackboard, your billboard. Let me just close this shit up here for a sec. I'm freezing right here, so if my voice is like shaking, that's why, because I'm like literally shaking while I'm making this video. So here are all the settings down here in this tab. I think most of the defaults are fine, but let me just go through and explain what they all do. The start tile, make sure you set the name of that to your start tile. Block on load is whether or not the game should pause as each of these levels stream in. I just have that set to default, but I have that set to no as default, but you can play around with that. This fertile point overlap extent, that's the distance that levels will start to spawn in from. So if you set this to a low value, like I don't know, maybe 4,000, that's a low value given that the tiles are 2,500 across. They won't spawn in until you're much closer to them. So if you want to have tiles way off in the distance, you want a large value there. If you want them to only spawn in as you approach them, then have a small value. Let me just check that this actually generates first, so let's see. Okay, so that's working. There we go. And as you can see, as we approach the edge, the new levels start to spawn in. And if I were to change this to a big number, like, what, 20,000 maybe? This will take a lot longer to load at the start, because there's a lot of tiles. And I think I might have even spawned through the bottom of the map because it took that long. God. Maybe let's just try a smaller number. Let's try 10,000. So there you go. So now they're visible off in the distance a little bit more. Before I upload this to Gumroad, I might just fix that so you don't spawn through the floor, so that's not a problem for you guys. The tile size here, this is important. This needs to be, you know how I measured the distance across, that needs to be accurate, otherwise you'll end up with gaps in between your tiles. And the random level name, so in here you need to make sure that every level that you want the randomizer to pick from has its level name in here, and that the levels are up in here in the levels tab. So you've got to drop them in there and then enter their names in here, and these are the ones that it'll select from. Display debug messages, that's just a bunch of print strings if things go wrong, don't worry too much about that. Display total number of levels, so that was that count up in the top left hand corner. The reason that I had this in, and I think I mentioned this before but I'm not sure, so I'm going to say it again, is that as this gets to really large numbers of total levels, like thousands, it can start to lag. So if you use this in a game, just be mindful of that, and maybe inside of the blueprint, let's see, there's a little section here which I might just make a different color so you can. So I'll put this in red so when you open the blueprint you know which bit that I'm talking about. But basically, as this counts the number of levels, this is an event by the way that spawns in a new level. As it counts the number of levels, you might just want to have a little check here so that when your total count of levels gets above, I don't know, like a 1,000 or something like that, you could have an event that would maybe reload the persistent level if the lag was getting too bad. But this will depend on a lot of things, like the size of your tiles in the project, how many you've got visible at once, the specs of your computer. So just play around with how many levels your computer can handle at once or your project can handle at once, and if it starts to get too laggy at a particular number, then you can have some sort of event there to counteract that. If you just reload the persistent level, like, you'll go back to the center and it'll all be fine. And the last thing to point out here is just the player start location down there. So I made a mistake earlier when I said that you needed to have the player start here in your start tile, because it doesn't actually use that. It just uses a vector here, and that's the position that it'll spawn your player in once the starting tile has been spawned. Now if you did want to use the actual player start class, if you go into the infinite random level generator blueprint, and then down here set the player to the starting tile, I might just make that green so that's easier for you to see. You can open that up, and there's a little bit of logic here to get the player start, and then you can use the location of the player start as the location to set the player character to at the beginning. So that's there if you want it. I think that's all I wanted to say. So yeah, I think that's it. So if you want to buy this, there's a link in the description. If you want to wait for the tutorial, I'll get around to a tutorial in the next couple of days. If you have any questions about any of this, let me know. And that's all, guys. I will see you next time. So there's just one last thing that I wanted to explain and show you before I wrap up this video. And that's the limits of this thing. So it is theoretically an infinite random level generator, but there is one caveat to that. So as you move through this grid, and what this blueprint is doing is it's putting down locations on a grid and then associating those locations with one of these levels from your level list. And as it does that, it has to create a level instance. And in the engine, there's actually no way to destroy a level instance once you've created a level instance. So in the random level generator thing that I've built, as you move through the world, it unloads the levels that are too far away and it makes them invisible, so they're out of sight, they're cleared from the world. But once you've created an instance, there's actually no functionality within the engine to actually destroy the instance. So every single level that is, even though it's hidden and unloaded, it still exists in the memory of the game. So as this gets to really, really high numbers, like thousands and thousands, it does start to lag, unfortunately, which means you'll need to figure out what to do as your game approaches that limit. But what I'm just going to do now is just run as far as I can, and we're just going to see how high we can get that count before it starts to lag, so that if you do want to use this thing, I don't want you to have any any surprises about there being a limit to this. Like I don't want you to buy this thinking that it can actually go forever and then find out that it can't. So I'm just going to keep running. Oh, it's going a little bit too slow. I'm running too quick. So I've got the frame rate up in the top right of the screen, and you can see it starts to flash. So it's at 31 right now, with all the stuff that I've got loaded in. And as it unloads levels and loads new ones in, as I approach the threshold, it does slow down just a little bit. And you can see that the levels are actually loading in at different times as I get close to the edge, and that's because the block on load variable is set to false, so you can toggle that in the public settings on the random level generator blueprint. So you can see the frame rate drops just a little bit as the levels load in, and you can see up in the top left we've got the total number of levels. So that's how many level positions have been saved on the grid, and how many, well, yeah, that's exactly what it is. How many levels have been loaded into this persistent level. So you can see we're at 1,000 right now. So there's 1,000 stored in the memory, and the frame rate hasn't really dropped from 30, so this might actually be working better than I thought. So let's try going this other way. Because I built a random level generator on a 100 by 100 grid, I think it was. And even though they were all hidden, this was with a different blueprint, even though they were all hidden, so that the visibility was set to false and should be loaded was set to false, there was like a massive lag in the engine, and the game was starting to approach the point where it was unplayable. So it actually looks like this is doing pretty good. So we've run through a fucking, oh no, please don't go off the edge. Okay, we didn't go off the edge. So it's still at about the same frame rate, and that's 30 frames because my computer's a little bit slow. Like on a good actual PC, like your frame rate would be higher. I'm just running this on a pretty shitty laptop, so that's just me. But as you can see, we've got 1.6 thousand, and the frame rate hasn't actually dropped.